The metaverse combined with NFTs is going to be the biggest money-making opportunity of your lifetime. Probably much, much significantly bigger than the dot-com boom. And I don't know how to put this nicely. I don't know how to put this sweetly. If you are not taking a ton of time to deeply understand how this boom is going to look, where the investment opportunities are going to be, you are a moron. I don't know how else to describe you. I don't know how to be nice about you. You're probably a Cardano holder asking your girlfriend's boyfriend for permission to eat ham out of the fridge and if you can use the internet past 9 p.m. And the answer is no, because you've lost too much damn money lately. However, if you're a person who's interested in actually making a lot of money over the next few years instead of participating in a cult, what I'm going to do in this video is break down everything I've discovered by researching metaverse, NFTs, and crypto gaming for a very long time and show you all the places that I'm looking to invest in and what this world, what this investment is going to look like. Because if you're aware of what the metaverse and how these business models are going to look, there's a lot of really obvious places where they're going to spring up at. And if you're thinking, and if you understand these, you have to also understand that the companies that are going to be in the top of the S&P 500, the biggest companies in the world, the top crypto coins, these will be metaverse. It's a chance to invest in the future Amazons, the future Facebooks, the future biggest businesses in the world. Well, they don't even exist. The future coins when they're at a $500 Bitcoin point. This is where almost all my focus is going. That's why I created Neo Tokyo, to create the best network of people building it, because I live and breathe this stuff. And so I wanted to get this video out because I'm really excited about it. And we're still so damn early and not many people understand it. I'm going to give you everything I know that will hopefully make you deeply understand it by the end of this video, or at least know where to start looking. Now look, I'll talk about some specific projects and examples at the end of this video. However, if you're looking for the things that I'm investing in and the plays I'm making in the metaverse, what I would do is I'd follow me on Twitter at ZSS Becker, because it's way easier for me to make a tweet than go and make one of these giant videos. So that being said, guys, I don't have much jokes today because we have too much to talk about. So let's just get into it. We're going to see, just like the dot-com boom, where we see 90% of everything be worthless crap. Okay, like remember pets.com, yada yada. Most of the things we see being sold as metaverse right now, they're not going to be around. They're simply not. And where we're at right now, I believe in this phase is about right here. I don't think we've seen the metaverse boom yet. And so you should be really preparing for this right now. But what's going to happen is this is going to crash. And then just like in the dot-com boom, the things that actually have value and customers and a business model are going to rise from it and go to parabolic, crazy levels you never even thought. For example, during the dot-com boom, everything went up, everything went down. Amazon, Facebook, Google, all these actual companies that actually make money and have business models, they rose from it. And if you snatched on any of these ones right here, you have the best investment ever. You're set for life. You're the dividends from, it's just nuclear awesome, okay? And this is the pattern it's probably going to follow. And so the first thing I want to talk about in this video is how this investment is probably going to look. And don't fall into the nonsense that's happening right now, or at least don't believe in it. Just buy into it, make a lot of money, and wait to reinvest the money in the stuff that comes out of the ruins of this nonsense that's going on. Just like the dot-com boom, just because there's a website and someone says .com on it doesn't mean it's going to last forever. Okay, there's a lot of people who see this coming right now and they're just like, hey, how can we be as rich as Mark Cuban and sell all of our stuff to Yahoo at the top of this bubble right here? There are people trying to do that, and that is their goal. Let's focus on more so this right here, and more so where the narratives are going to be at and where you can make a lot of money. So in the spirit of things, what the hell is actually the metaverse? People stick the name meta on literally everything, but what it actually is the ability is a combination of certain things. It's digital technology, such as VR and AR, which AR being where you can, say, put a contact lens in and see and interact with things digitally in the real world. And VR, of course, you being able to put on goggles or in the future, just connect your brain to something and be able to interact with it in virtual reality. Those are the two realms what will be taking place in. The first one, more than likely, going to be a lot of AR and a small mix of VR when it gets way more convenient. But of course, when Elon Musk and Neuralink or similar things to that allow us to solve the biggest issue that comes with VR, which is moving around. Currently, it's just, you can't do it without a huge set or a treadmill or something. That contract you have for your house, there's so much verification has to go into it. It's extremely difficult. If you've ever bought a house or a car or anything, it's an absolute mess. $400,000 NFTs are bought with total verification in seconds. And so what NFTs actually are, the ability to transfer ownership effortlessly without any trust, without any doubt that it is true ownership and verification. For example, when you buy an ape, or maybe a house contract, or I don't know, a pack of SpaghettiOs. If you really want to pass around SpaghettiOs, you can verify who owned it first, made the NFT, and then who they transferred it to, and verify this person owned it. You can also go and put stipulations on how the NFT will behave. For example, when a picture is moved around or traded, 5% of the NFT can go back to the original founder. Or we could make an NFT for a house where if rent isn't paid to a certain wallet in a certain amount of time, the NFT will launch back to the owner's wallet. All done without lawyers, effortlessly. So this is the first time in human history this has ever existed. And that's what it is. It's not pictures. And this has so many implications when it comes to the digital realm, which is the metaverse, and also interacting with the real world. That's the real power of it. It allows you to own digital objects and transfer them through digital realms. So what implications does this have? For example, let's say you're in Times Square. The ownership of the space in Times Square in augmented reality could be sold and bought with NFTs. There's already companies that do this. And so people could see a spot and say, okay, the price to buy the spot, someone else has advertising right there. And they could click a link and in seconds use cryptocurrency and NFT transactions to buy that spot from someone else who has it there. For example, there's a project like Netvark, which is an example of all these things. It's a place where you can build offices and your own place to interact with your staff or all sorts of neat stuff like that. And you can actually construct the place you're going to be interacting with in a VR realm and then own the land underneath it. And so you could own like your office building in the middle of this big city if the thing takes off. Okay, and so you need to be at least playing around with all these things. And in my opinion right now, you need to be setting yourself up to work in it in some way, all right? Maybe if you're already an entrepreneur right now, build in it. If you're not, learn how to work in it because you have to understand developers in this area are going to make so much money. But what else could you do? You could also be a person that, for example, builds the office buildings in VR. You could build like an architecture VR firm. You could build an artwork VR firm. You could do all sorts of services for people. Maybe building their VR showroom. Maybe putting in crypto transactions or building their transaction systems. It's literally limitless what you can do right here. So find a way to either own and build or own shares and work. What does that mean? As a developer, you could negotiate a 2%, 3% part of these companies. That's what you should be doing right now. Particularly if you're a young person, if you're a person that's already had success and some money, that you should be doing, while also finding really good places to invest. If you're doing all these things, I really don't see how your chances could be any better to set yourself up for life. I just don't, okay? And so that's my little thesis on what you should be doing if you want to get in this boom coming up here. I don't really have anything more to add, and this video has already gone a really long time, but I wanted to lay out everything that I'm looking at that I'm doing right now because my goal in the next 10 to 15 years is to be a billionaire through what I just described right here. And every day, those are the thoughts I have and the things I'm looking at. I don't really have much else to add. So if you want to see things I'm getting in early, talking about early things I'm looking at, aka starting being part of the conversation, follow me at ZSS Becker on Twitter,